If your bird is on an all-seed diet or has access to seeds for free, but the bird's favorite treat is a sunflower seed, after that 12-hour cycle, that sunflower seed might only have a treat value on a scale of 1 to 10 of a 1, because he gets it for free, so why is it going to work hard to get that seed? If you're on a colorful Supreme diet or any other type of pellet that's got fillers and that kind of thing, and that's all they get, well, after that same 12-hour cycle, that sunflower seed is now worth probably a 5. It's not quite a 10 on a treat value level because there's so much junk in the other pellets or in the diet somewhere. Then if your bird's only on chop and they go that same 12-hour cycle, that same sunflower seed has a treat value of 10. So we're increasing the treat value, not the bird's hunger. That's where we're trying to educate people with their training. But then keep in mind, every interaction is a training session. So when you take the bird out of the cage, it needs to be reinforced if you want to see that behavior more. Alright guys, well welcome to the Masterclass. Over the next 3 hours we hope to get you a step further with your current progress. Sometimes it's an immediate result, sometimes it might be like yesterday, the big takeaway was, ooh, don't feed the bird right before Masterclass. So there's going to be some takeaways either way. We're going to do our best to try to get you pushed forward and answer any individual questions. Here's a big takeaway that I'm seeing for all the situations so far. The diet and overall health is so critical to start with. That's why our whole family-friendly parrot formula is the bond building breakfast as that primary foundation, is the very beginning, and then of course understanding what the favorite treats are and doing that test to see what the favorite treats are. When we were doing these consults for a year, it was the same. We were going through the same thing, and so I love that you guys have already watched the family friendly. The best thing I can do now is just push you into really applying that.
And probably reward bad behavior.
Yeah, well, we all do. That's why in the family friendly formula we show you what the training quadrant is, because all that stuff's happening all the time, whether we mean to or not.
He'll end up on me or on the stick. But I want the stick. The treats are in your hand.
No, you got it. Try
Feel
even
free to wait
further.
until he's finished
Oh,
eating.
right.
There you go.
Yes, so that was the other thing I was getting wrong.
I'll try further away because you were further last time.
You just put him on it? Oh, he's so cute.
He is really cute.
He's adorable.
I'm just getting to the other.
Lovely little fella.
So I probably wouldn't have clicked there.
Yeah, we're gonna lose him, so let's come back to that. May I see the clicker? And
Yeah,
see?
sure.
And that treat's there. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. And feel free to be like really direct with me because I'm not sensitive. I just want to get it right.
So I'm gonna be just out of reach. Ideally, and click all the way.
Is there seeds in the clicker?
Yeah.
I might need a new clicker.
Why wouldn't click? Touch. So if he flies to you, let's simulate this. Okay, so if he flies to you, just put him back where you want him to be. Just keep in mind the focus of what we're
because
working
I don't
on.
want him to keep flying to me and getting put back
Exactly.
on the stand.
And then click treat.
That's going to be the trick.
Mm-hmm.
Right, got it.
So if he's noticing where the treats are, so I just, as you noticed, when he was looking at your treats, what I just did is I put it behind my back. It's like,
Great.
oh, okay, I'll touch the stick.
Okay.
So with that as just a quick cleanup, go ahead and continue the session. And I'm not asking for another trick. I'm just putting him back where I want him to go. I'll let you do that.
He'll go to everyone. He like goes to the mailman when we get things delivered. Like he'll go to any person.
Was it slightly too far?
He was like,
Yeah.
No, he's just feeling really self-conscious. He's like, yeah, there's all these people. Maybe I should fly to somebody instead. Do I really want to do this?
Okay, go ahead and remove the stick for a sec. So you were
Sorry.
cueing it for a long time.
Yeah, and I
Which
got the
teaches-
giggles, so.
Which is
sorry.
okay. But what happens is if you just hold it forever, he's like, oh, I just touch it when I want.
Right.
Now that you've taken that opportunity away, go ahead and present it again. You should get a faster response. If you get a trophy every time you show up to a soccer game,
Yeah.
whether you win or lose, you're not going to try very hard to win the big trophy. And it's kind of the same thing here. If you're holding the stick out and it gets it whenever he wants, he's not going to try very hard to get it. But if sometimes he loses and doesn't actually, if he takes too long and doesn't touch the stick, he's going to think about it. And he's going to work harder the next time.
So how long should I be holding it there?
I think it's okay. Thank you.
Ideally, 2 to 5 seconds. I mean, he should see it and be like, all right, let's go.
Right, so he's starting to kind of bite it then.
The stick?
Let him finish. Yes.
Then just don't hold it quite as close.
Okay.
There you go. And I'd say let's end that repetition there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go ahead and put him in the cage with just a little treat.
Yeah.
So going in the cage isn't punishment. Adorable little thing.
He's like, I am so ready to go.
Good job. Caught yourself there.
Yes. Shut up, darling.
Have you tried the spin?
Yes, but he would only spin on my hand.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure. We can try. Do you remember this one? That's a little bit too.
Now there's a cat cue.
Good job.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
He's kind of. I'm kind of waiting for him to. Yeah. So this is how it ends up going, and he gets cranky, and then he like will hold on to me, and he'll like do little on the millet, so that he's not taking a clean.
Did you train the spin using the target, or did you train it using luring?
I trained it using luring.
Okay.
And then I had it so that in the end he would be on my hand and I could on my hand.
Oh, that's great.
That's cute.
Good boy. Yeah.
That is really
So, but
cute.
then he would really lunge for the treats, and then that lunging kind of gets more and more.
Indicating really that you're probably going too long on the sessions if he gets really lungy. Since
Yeah,
even
'cause
now he's wanting directions, why don't you put him on the perch? Do a target here if you want to click for me. Good, then go ahead and give him a treat. So he really wants to be active.
Yes.
So when you're doing the training sessions, just try to keep up with his
I'm
pace.
doing Yeah, which is hard because he moves so fast.
Yeah.
So he gets, like, his brain is working like 100 times faster than mine.
Will he do a flight to you?
Sure.
Whoa.
Right, so that's what I mean, like he kind of gets a bit crackers halfway through.
Which ones you like? Nope. Take a piece of supply. Nope.
These are all nopes.
You like that one? Nope. You like pine nut?
It's like, where's the millet?
Nope.
You got all.
Alright, so here's what I would do if I grab the millet from you. So I'm going to try to get a 180 out of him, and then lure him the rest of the way with the food to get the treat to complete the circle.
He's spinning now to get a treat. and when I'm putting him back in his cage. But I think I'll just treat him back in now.
Yeah.
I'm
back
just
in the
not
cage should be
treating
a
him
trick.
back into the cage, so...
Here's something that I'm doing that I think might help you. Pay attention to how I deliver the treat. So from above,
Okay.
it's a little less likely to jump onto like that.
Yes.
Do you want to give it a shot?
Yes.
A little higher? Yeah, there you go. That might help you.
Because then he's actually pulling away
And then
versus
he
you.
can't go hump down onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That bird's gonna have a bath by the end of the day too.
This way.
Good. And treat there. Now see if you can get him to a full 360.
Okay.
Okay, so full 360
Keep
and. Aw.
Sorry. Okay.
So the challenge I
was-
think that you had with the wave and why he was biting you is he's so fast.
He's so
it's a
fast.
really difficult trick to get
Yeah.
with a bird this size and that fast.
Yeah, which probably was not
Oh,
the
that
best.
was it.
Oh, so what do I do?
So go and just give him a trick.
Ah, that was it. Click, click.
He's just way ahead of me.
Yeah, the small birds, they move really quickly.
Yeah. So I kind of need more tricks because there's this and jump through the hoop. And then it's like...
But it's
they're
not clean yet. And it's
Right.
associated negatively. That's why I had you retrain it on here, because you could only
Right.
get it on your hand, and then it escalated really quickly, and then that led to getting bit. So
Yes.
that's not likely to happen on the surface
No.
because of how you're delivering the treat.
Full
Up, up, up,
360.
And up. That's better.
So I think the big
Retrain
difference
me.
I'm seeing with the targeting between the two of you is Dave not, like, what he does with the treat is also what he does with the target.
Right.
It's up and over. It's never like a, you could touch it if you kept up. It's a couldn't till I want
okay.
you to.
So I'm using it as a guide, not as a lure. So if I'm so close he can touch it, it'll start to aggravate him.
Right.
But if I'm far enough that it's more of a guide, so we're gonna go, come on, here.
No. Is he done? He's done.
Yeah.
We went too long with him.
Blew it out.
I need to get a bit more structured, so like really have his seasonal chop, take that a bit more seriously and find a room for him to sleep in to try and lessen the hormones. And I really need to clean up my clicker training and probably prepare more so that I know like exactly what we're going to be doing in the session, so I'm not kind of making it up as I go along, because I think that's where it's really falling apart. I'm kind of trying to wing it, no pun intended. And yeah, and that's why it's falling apart. So if I can get a bit more structured, especially because he's so quick and so energetic and so clever, I think he'll probably pick up on things much quicker, and I can probably move along much quicker.